The Mediterranean is on fire. As war escalates and nations hold their breath, the U.S. just dropped a $13 billion message. It's massive, secretive, and unstoppable. The USS Gerald R. Ford has arrived, and Iran, Russia, and Hamas just realized this changes everything. The Mediterranean Sea has always been a critical zone, linking Europe, Asia, and Africa. But now, with war erupting between Israel and Hamas, and global tensions climbing, it's become the eye of the storm. In response to the chaos, America made a move no one expected. It sent in its most powerful ship. The USS Gerald R. Ford, backed by cruisers and destroyers, was deployed directly into the eastern Mediterranean. Its mission? To support allies, track weapon shipments, and stand ready for whatever comes next. This wasn't just military positioning, it was a statement. One that echoes across borders. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin ordered the deployment. The U.S. Embassy in Jerusalem monitors the region closely, while Secretary of State Antony Blinken works to cool tensions diplomatically. But behind the scenes, the message is clear. Peace is preferred, but strength is ready. With 27 Americans confirmed dead and more missing, the U.S. needed a force that couldn't be ignored. That force is now parked in one of the world's most dangerous waters. The Ford isn't just watching. It's daring any threat to make a move. The USS Gerald R. Ford didn't appear overnight. It was built with vision, billions of dollars, and relentless ambition. It all started in 2005, when the U.S. Navy awarded a $2.7 billion contract to begin the next generation of supercarriers. Then, in 2008, a massive $5.1 billion contract followed, handed to Northrop Grumman Shipbuilding in Newport News, Virginia. Construction officially kicked off at Huntington Ingalls Shipyard. The keel was laid on November 14, 2009, in a high-profile ceremony led by Susan Ford Bales, daughter of President Gerald Ford. She also co-designed the ship's emblem with Captain John F. Meyer, the carrier's first commanding officer. The milestones came fast. 50% complete by 2011, 75% by April 2012, and by the end of that year, it was nearly 90% done. In 2013, the island superstructure was added, and by July, the entire build was sealed, literally, with a time capsule welded into the deck. But not everything went smoothly. Delays pushed the launch far beyond the 2013 target. By then, the cost had exploded to $12.8 billion. And despite nearing completion, the ship faced testing issues, especially with its flight systems. The final price tag? A staggering $13.2 billion, making it the most expensive warship ever built. Every dollar spent wasn't just for steel and tech. It was for projection, a signal to the world. America will lead at sea, no matter the cost. The USS Gerald R. Ford isn't just a ship. It's a floating nuclear fortress. At its heart are two Bechtel A-1B nuclear reactors, each a powerhouse that drives this beast with unmatched energy. Together, they generate a mind-blowing 700 megawatts of power, enough to light up an entire city, and funnel it into twin electric motors producing 1.5 million horsepower. That's not a typo. Each motor alone is the size of 4 stacked pickup trucks, but with great power comes colossal size. The Ford stretches an intimidating 1,100 feet long, spans 260 feet wide, and towers at 245 feet tall. Weighing in at 100,000 tons, it's officially the largest aircraft carrier on Earth. That size isn't just for show. It's functional. It supports fifth-generation fighter jets, helicopters, and UAVs, all launching from a massive open flight deck designed for speed and safety. The ship's deck elevators can lift 65 tons each, moving planes and gear between hangars with brutal efficiency. Below deck, There's enough space to hide stealth bombers like the B-21 Raider, ready to launch without warning. This isn't just a warship, it's a city, a fortress, and a command center all in one. And with its nuclear heart, the Gerald R. Ford can stay at sea indefinitely, projecting American power across oceans without ever needing to refuel. The USS Gerald R. Ford doesn't just defend, it dominates. Armed with a mix of futuristic weapons and battle-proven tech, this carrier redefines what naval warfare looks like in the 21st century. First up is the Phalanx CYWS, a rapid-fire 20mm Gatling gun system that can unleash 4,500 rounds per minute. Mounted at key points around the ship, it creates a defensive shield against enemy aircraft, drones, and incoming missiles. At close range, it's the last thing a threat will see before being shredded mid-air. But the Ford isn't relying on old-school firepower alone. Enter the RIM 116 Rolling Airframe Missile System, a 20-missile launcher that locks onto targets flying at 2,200 miles per hour and intercepts them up to 6 miles out. It's a hunter-killer in the sky. Then there's the future-facing crown jewel, the LAWS laser weapon system. Designed by Lockheed Martin and powered by the ship's own nuclear energy, this directed energy weapon disables drones and fries enemy electronics with surgical precision. There's no recoil, no sound, just a searing beam of light that turns threats into vapor. Combined, these systems form a layered defense, from long-range intercepts to point-blank obliteration, and they all communicate in real time, giving the Ford lightning-fast response capabilities. Whether it's rogue missiles, stealth drones, or swarming threats, the Gerald R. Ford doesn't flinch. It engages, neutralizes, and resets, ready for whatever comes next. This ship doesn't wait for war to come. It meets it head-on, with lasers, missiles, and unmatched speed. The real punch of the USS Gerald R. Ford lies in its air wing. With up to 95 aircraft, it includes F-35 stealth jets, F-16s, A-10s, and advanced helicopters, each selected for a specialized kill role. The F-35 leads with stealth and precision, while the A-10 brings unmatched ground support firepower. Every fighter is equipped with cutting-edge targeting systems, sensors, and electronic warfare tools. Together, they transform the Ford into a floating airbase, capable of full-spectrum dominance, from long-range missile strikes to close air support. No other ship can project air power across the globe this efficiently. The USS Gerald R. Ford doesn't sail alone. It brings an armada. Flanked by guided missile destroyers like the USS Ramage and cruisers like the USS Normandy, it forms a lethal carrier strike group. These ships create a moving fortress, armed with Aegis systems, Tomahawk missiles, and cutting-edge radars. Their job? Eliminate threats before they even reach the carrier. Together, they form a 360-degree shield, capable of intercepting missiles, submarines, and enemy aircraft. Backed by support ships and surveillance assets, the Ford's strike group isn't just a fleet. It's a full-blown war zone on water, always ready for conflict. When the USS Gerald R. Ford arrived in the Mediterranean, the world noticed. Its deployment sent a clear message to adversaries like Iran, Russia, and hostile non-state actors. The U.S. isn't backing down. This wasn't just about showing strength. It was about shaping the battlefield without firing a shot. Its presence near conflict zones acts as a deterrent, a signal that escalation comes with consequences. As tensions rise globally, Ford offers both defense and diplomacy, a force that can strike, support, or stabilize. It's not just a ship. It's a floating warning. America is watching, and it's prepared. The USS Gerald R. Ford isn't just power, it's presence. A reminder that America leads, even in silence. If this warship impressed you, imagine what's next. Subscribe for more jaw-dropping military tech, and don't miss our following mission breakdown.